Am I recording? Recording pending.
Yeah.
Sharing screen. Wait, what? I don't,
So your recording has started, Emma, so you can start sharing your screen whenever you want.
I can't, it's not letting me share my hold on, sorry. Having technical difficulties again. Oh, here we go. Wait,
Super.
can you see it?
Yep, perfect. Thank you. Emma, over to you.
All right, so this is my creative concept for Waiting for Godot. So my main themes for the concept are death, grief, denial, time, Peter Pan syndrome, and dystopia. So I'll get more into detail about these in a bit, but I basically want the main themes to be about death and denial. So it's going to lead to and the Peter Pan syndrome, if you don't know what that is, it's basically when somebody feels like they can't grow up, or not that they feel like they can't grow up, but other people around them are seeing them stay in their childlike state. And I was gonna have Estragon being still childish, even though he's older, but he basically lost his brother. So I was going to have the relationship between Vladimir and Estragon as brothers, and Estragon was only young when Vladimir died, and that's why. And he's denying it. He's in denial about it, and so he's staying in this, childlike state. So my inspiration was The Lovely Bones. This is a movie about basically children who get the guy on the left side of the screen. He basically kidnaps and kills these different children and women, basically. And I'll explain more about how that came into my concept in a bit. So for set design, I wanted to be very plain and have a dark backdrop and the dark floor, but the tree and actors warmly lit. So the picture on the left, that sort of warm light instead of the one on the right with the white light. Also, I wanted the tree to go through the cycle by having so you can see the changing of seasons. So it really emphasizes how long the play is going for. And I could either do this with lighting or maybe some special effects. So the practitioners I want to use are Harold Pinter and Antonin Artaud. So for Harold Pinter, obviously using pauses, but I want to make these pauses long, very long, very extreme, and uncomfortable. So Artaud comes into this. He's one of the main faces for theatre of cruelty, and it's a bit crazy, but I wanted my piece to be to be going on for as long as it is in real time. So obviously we know the play is set over a couple of days. I want the play to be a couple of days long, and that's why I was bringing the theatre of cruelty in. So Vladimir, we have here. So he's dead, as I've already said, and he was a missing person. And like in the inspiration, The Lovely Bones, he was a missing person, and he basically got murdered. And yeah, so he was Estragon's older brother, and so I wanted his clothes to be disheveled, and yeah. Estragon, he's wearing children's clothes, and he hasn't accepted Vladimir's death, and he also has schizophrenia. So that's why he's talking to Vladimir, like he's talking to these other characters who aren't there, and that's why he's, you know, like he hasn't accepted the death, and that's why he's still in this childlike state and wearing these childish sort of clothes. So Pozzo and Lucky, I couldn't get the best of pictures for what I wanted for the outfits, but basically they're also figments of Estragon's imagination. And in the film The Lovely Bones, there's sort of this in-between stage between life and heaven. It was like this in-between stage where you have to accept your own death before you go into heaven. And I was basically thinking that Pozzo and Lucky could be in this, or no, Lucky could be in this middle stage, and Pozzo is trying to bring him into the afterlife with him. So I wanted Pozzo in like white flowy clothes. So in the bottom right corner, we can see the ghost-like aspect of it. So it really emphasizes the fact that he's dead. And then I wanted Lucky in grey clothes. I don't want it to be too dark because he's still in this middle stage. Like I think that life is darker than heaven. So I wanted it to be like a grey sort of flowy clothes. And the rope, I wanted it to be a white wool attached to his wrist, because I think that's a bit more gentle. I think it's less aggressive than having it tied to his neck or his foot or something. I think that his wrist is, you know, it's more gentle. It's and also I want it to be white, so that obviously it signifies being like brought into heaven. So for Godot and the boy, I wanted Godot to represent answers and the truth about what happened to Vladimir, and Vladimir really wants Estragon to know what happened to him. So that's why basically Vladimir's like not him obviously being alive, but like the dead Vladimir is basically keeps telling Estragon to stay and wait for Godot because he wants Estragon to know what happened to him. But Estragon like can't get any answers because the boy is a policeman trying to find the answers and give Estragon the information he needs, but Vladimir is still considered a missing person rather than they know that he's dead. And yep, that is my concept.
Fantastic, thank you, Emma. Brilliant. Okay, so I just have one question, but it's quite a biggie. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I've got some student in the room now, so I've got to wear my mask. The 2-day-long play is a really nice idea. Do you imagine that this will be an immersive type of theatre where the audience become part of the play?
I didn't originally think that, but I think that could really work well, and it could have a sort of, because the thing is they're already involved so much by spending that much time there. They're living this in real time with the actors. So I think having it as an immersive thing could really work and it really shows that they're involved in this play, and they'll progressively become more involved with the play anyway, because they'll want to know just as much as Estragon. They'll want to know what the answers are.
Yeah, absolutely. So can you, when you go back to look at your presentation, go to fill in your blog, could you just have a little think about how that might work logistically and what you want out of it? Because I think that's a really interesting idea to explore.
Yeah.
Cool. Super. Thank you very much then, Emma. Anybody else got any questions? Okay, then you can stop your recording then, Emma. Thank you very much.
Thank you.